name's Christian, and I'm the drummer and vocalist for Gnarl.
I'm Trey. I'm the drummer in Skingraph.
My name is Max. I play bass in Gnarl.
Name's Lishman. I play bass in Skingraph.
I'm Sanders. I'm from Skingraph. I play guitar.
Daniel with Gnarl.
We went on a little weekender. What was it? 2 weeks ago now? 2 weekends ago now, and yeah, it was pretty cool. A lot of cool times, new places, some familiar places, new friends, old friends. Really cool time. Really fun experience that we all got to have. For me and Christian, we've been on the road a couple times before, but for Daniel and the fellas in Skingraph, this was their first time like hitting the road like actually, and I'm glad that we were able to be on this trip with them. So it was really cool to see somebody do it for the first time.
First day of the little weekend tour, we all met up at Daniel's house. No, we didn't. Christian's house. I went up to Christian's house, and we were gonna get a minivan. That fell through.
Well, Enterprise decided they really wanted to stick it to us, dude. So we were planning on getting a rental van. It said like $200 on the website. So if it says 200, you figure it's probably 400. And we get there and they tell us it's 700.
So like he calculated it was a $300 deposit plus an additional, I believe it was $150 because I'm not 25. I'm a year off from being 25, which, you know, that's fine. And then there was another fee for something it was $100 insurance fee. And then there was, and I don't know what the other money was, like the additional, like $400 was. I don't even know what it was, but yeah, we were like, that's not gonna happen. So in a last ditch effort, we were like, I guess we had to take my truck. So we had to go clean my truck out and do what we can. Luckily, Sanders was driving separately and Christian ended up driving separately. So we were able to get all the gear and all the people down to locations nice and safely.
So what ended up happening was that Max and Daniel came by Christian's house to pick up me and Trey, told us what happened, and we then unloaded Max's truck to fit everything we'd be taking with us in. And all things considered, it worked out pretty well, especially since Christian and Sanders couldn't come with us because they couldn't get off work or whatever.
We had to go to New Orleans on a Friday, and I could not get off work. So I had to leave work at 5 o'clock and then drive all the way to New Orleans. And I think like every possible bad thing that could happen driving there happened.
The drive to New Orleans was pretty painless. Apparently somebody died in the gas station Christian was at. That's kind of wild.
So on the way to New Orleans, that was one of the things that happened. We went to a Love's gas station, and this is like the first spot I found that actually had gas. Like I've been looking for gas for like hours, and I found a Love's that had gas. And I walk in and I get some foods that I didn't eat that day, and I'm getting ready to check out. And then the lady just stops checking me out. She walks to the bathroom, and she comes back and she calls the police. And there's a guy who like overdosed on fentanyl in the bathroom, this Love's. So then I'm sitting here with like police coming in, and I'm waiting for me to be able to get gas and stuff, and like making sure stuff's all right. But yeah, that was just a really weird night. I mean, it was a good show, but yeah, the dude dying in the Love's gas station was pretty crazy.
After about a longish drive, we finally got to the venue, which was the Fred Hampton Free Store, which is a venue I have been admiring from afar for years now.
Really cool venue. Probably top 5 favorite venues I've gotten to play at. Really cool. The people there were very nice, very sweet people. All the bands were good. There wasn't a single band there that wasn't good.
The venue was cool, the free store, everything was free. The bands were awesome.
The venue was so cool. Dude, I want the Trading Post to end up like that venue. That venue is so cool. I frequent it so heavily.
I wasn't really aware that a group of people could be so kind as the scene in New Orleans. It was pretty insane. Gordo was really cool. It's like really good screamo, which is nice because I really like screamo, but it's like pretty hard to find a screamo band like anywhere. Days of Grief was cool. Fiend was really cool. Fiend was amazing. I hadn't heard anything before, but showing up and hearing them day of was like, it completely took me by surprise, but they were awesome.
Providing only internet, cyberspace, set free, and virtual reality. Interact your appetite, searching for a website, lead to the world that's a get online. Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
I'll just have so much to say. I always do. Yeah, so tonight I played the Free Store. Free Store is like the only one of the very few DIY all ages venues in New Orleans. The only one that's doing more than just music also. It's the only spot that's really, I don't want to say it's the only spot that's giving back, but it's the only venue that is much more than just music. It is a place where people come. There's so many families that come through this building every day that get what they need, and I don't know. It's keeping community alive in a way. So it's really nice to be able to have shows that wouldn't really happen elsewhere, wouldn't really happen otherwise. I can't bring my siblings anywhere. My sister's 10 and I brought her tonight, and she had fun. I think she said someone paid her to two-step, so that was cool. No, please don't shoot me. I'm getting interviewed, bro. Yeah, she tried to shoot me, but it's cool. It's really nice to be able to have a show and every band gets the love that I think they deserve, and we can help continue more bands to come to New Orleans, come to the Free Store, and keep spreading that word. It's so important to keep spaces like this alive. I think we're very lucky to have something like this, and I feel bad for all the cities that don't have something like this.
That is memory. We got paid pretty good, which is always nice. So we got some food after.
Christian picked up a pizza, and we just met in like the middle of nowhere in Hattiesburg. Like, what was it, like 11, 12? In the middle of nowhere. It looked like Silent Hill out there. It was horrible.
We leave, we show up to the wrong Papa John's, then we have to drive all the way to the right Papa John's, and Sanders is like 30 minutes down the road to Hattiesburg already.
Max somehow drove to the wrong Papa John's. Even though I gave him the address, and it was like the closest one to the venue. He drove to like the furthest away one. I don't know how he managed to do that.
And while we're eating the pizza, we all like realized like, oh wait, where's Sanders at?
Sanders like took a wrong turn and went to like O Block.
I found like the scariest road in all of New Orleans on the like interstate, because I decided to go to Hattiesburg early, I guess, and you guys were like, where are you? So I was like turning around, and dude, I was in Slenderman's domain, low key. That shit was so bad. I was on a road like that the other day in Starkville. I was getting like flashbacks, bro. It was scary. There were no pages to be found, but it was Slenderman's domain.
Yeah, he finally came in. We got a little worried for him, but we found him. He was okay.
When it was all said and done, I think we probably spent 3 hours making an hour-and-a-half trip to Hattiesburg. We got there at like 3 o'clock in the morning, like 3:30 maybe.
So whenever we get to Hattiesburg, we stayed with Patrick and Gene from Silo Kids, real good homies of ours. They were very kind enough to have us stay at their place. It was a cold night, but we endured.
What was it, like 2 in the morning we finally got to that apartment?
There really wasn't that much space to have all of us, because there was like 2 bands worth of folks plus 2 extras. Kind of worked out though, because Max ended up sleeping in his truck, and Christian and Andy ended up getting a hotel room, mainly because Andy's like allergic to dogs, and there was 2 little dudes running around. So the rest of us divvied up the space that was available to us, and then immediately passed out.
Got in there finally. I don't remember anything after that. I remember just going straight to sleep. I was a tired guy. I was a tired boy.
They didn't have quite enough places to sleep and everything as far as room for all of us. So some of us had to get creative. I believe Christian and Andy, they got a hotel for the night. I, on the other hand, was like, I'm not going to spend money. I'd rather just sleep in my truck. So I slept in my truck for that night. At first glance, I'm like, man, it's just going to be one of those nights, it's fine. But I remembered that my front seat, the center console can pull up. So it's now a bench seat. And if I put both seats down, I can arrange it to a way that it's comfortable enough. And I actually slept like a baby. It was very nice.
I wasn't really feeling too good. So I ended up getting a hotel, and that was nice. But the hotel there had huge potholes in the the driveway area, and I didn't see it because it was pitch black, and I floored right into it, going full speed, and I bent and cracked my rim on my car, and so I thought I blew my tire out, and I have a spare, but I don't think I had at the time. I didn't have my jack to jack my car up, so if it was popped, I would have just been stranded.
Overall though, New Orleans was fantastic. Once everyone was nice and wide awake, we all got together and tried to figure out some things to do.
First and foremost thing we were trying to decide on is where we were going to go eat. We went to Hattiesburgers. Great place, really, really good food.
We went to Hattiesburg. It was pretty good. Pretty good.
We went next door and we went to a record store. There's a brand new record store. Awesome record store. They have a really cool selection there. I wanted to buy everything there, but wasn't able to.
We kind of just did bullshit all day. We went to is it the Lucky Rabbit, the White Rabbit? One of those two.
Went to the Lucky Rabbit, the most overstimulating building I've ever been in my entire life.
We've been before on a previous trip over here. I think it was on our first tour. And really cool place. It's a multi-building, multi-story consignment antique store. Really, you can really get lost in there.
It was so interesting, dude. There was a burger you could crawl into too, but Trey didn't want to get in it.
I remember just getting way too high in there and having to leave 10 minutes in, dude. I need to go back when I'm okay, because I remember when I first walked in being hell yeah, And then as soon as we go to the back, I'm like, ah!
After that, everyone was feeling kind of tired. So we all decided just to go kick it at Christian and Andy's hotel room for a little bit.
Christian let me and Daniel go shower in his hotel room because we were both just stinking. I remember that was like the best shower I've ever taken in my life.
I'll never take a shower for granted in my entire life ever again, I promise.
After that, I think we just stayed in the hotel room until it was time to go to the show. And yeah, we finally went to the show. And yeah.
Hi, I'm Trevor. I got to help book this show tonight. It is the first show that I've booked since I was in a crazy ass wreck last year. Last show I booked was for Starkville Snake Mirror back in April. Show tonight was sick, had a few hiccups. The most cursed drum setup that we could imagine. A Snuggie and 24 pounds of cast iron weights that made sure that the drums slipped as much as possible. But people came through. Shout out to Skin Graft from North Mississippi and Gnarl from also North Mississippi, more or less. Yeah, it was good. Quick one. Very strange not having the person who lives here not be here while we were doing the gig, but could be worse.
Yeah, then the Hattiesburg show happened. I wasn't able to play that show, but from all other accounts, it sounded like it went very well. I wish I was able to be there.
Me and Christian played a two-piece. We were down Max, which kind of sucks, but I think we played all right. I'm just glad we were able to hold it down for him on his bump.
And Gnarl played their set, and it was really weird hearing their set without bass. It was so strange. But that was a good set.
We were getting ready to play the show in Hattiesburg, and Max had to leave for a day and come back. So we played the Hattiesburg show without Max, and that one was really weird. But it was a cool venue. I love the Hattiesburg people. They're really nice.
The show was absolutely sick. Hattiesburg is still like one of my favorite cities, just flat out.
Probably one of my favorite shows I've ever played. Because house shows are fucking awesome and loud.
I think it's like one of the best shows we've ever played. One of my favorite shows I've ever played. Everybody there was just like moving. Like as soon as we just like started the first song, everybody was like going crazy. I remember like, I think it was Christian telling me like the floor was kind of like caving in. I was like, hell yeah.
The show in Hattiesburg was pretty cool. We played in a house. So many people were moving around during Skin Crash set. I could like literally feel the floor bouncing up and down. It was kind of absurd. I thought it was going to cave in.
We played in a little kitchen, like kind of corner area. So it was just like this really like directional sound thing that I think helped with the type of music that we play. It was, if you were standing in front of the kitchen, you were just getting hit with a wall.
Almost puked because both calves behind me was just so much. In that mask, I was hot too. I was just like, oh god. I remember like getting up halfway and just like turning like all y'all shit down.
We slept there again, ended up getting a hotel room for the second night.
After the show, we were gonna kick it with Trevor at their place, but everyone kind of became accustomed to having a hotel room for the couple of hours we spent at Christian Andy's. So we all decided just to like chip in like $10 each to just get a hotel room. Once we were done loading up, me and Sanders then went to go pick up Taco Bell and head to the room.
I was gonna say that Taco Bell like pretty much called it quits for the whole night. And then yeah, that was Hattiesburg. The whole day for that. One of my favorite days of it.
Yo. Whoa.
That's fucking awesome. That's sick, actually.
Dude, I don't know how people do it.
Memes aside, that is actually
It's
really
like
cool
kind
thing
of
to do.
It's kind of fun. Like it is kind of.
Daniel's snoring kept me up a little bit, but I'm a strong sleeper, so it's okay.
So we wake up in Hattiesburg. We decided just to try to figure out some stuff to do while we wait for Max to get back. So we like left the hotel room and went down to Nuke's.
Everybody, I don't know if they already ate before me, they just changed their mind. But I sat in a line at Nuke's while everybody already had their food for like 20 minutes. It was a long line. And I finally get my food, they bring it to me, and I'm sitting there like by myself with this like humongous pizza that I ordered. I'm like, there's like nobody here. And I'm at like a table, like 2 tables that have been like pushed together so everybody could fit. I just feel like an asshole, dude. Just like, it's only me. And I was just like, damn, dude. Scrunched it down. It was a good ass pizza. Couldn't enjoy it though. I just felt like an asshole all the time.
So we get to Nuke's, and while we're in there, Christian and Daniel are like chit-chatting off to the side, and then Daniel's just like, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. We gotta go check out what this game shop is all about, like right next door.
We were sitting in Hattiesburg waiting for Max to get back. Christian was eating at Nuke's, and he pulled up on his phone and showed me that there was a board game place next door, and they were having Magic the Gathering Commander in like an hour. So I had to pull up, see what was going on.
We went to like this card store. Daniel was pissed because he wanted to get some Magic the Gathering cards, but they were like charging like double for them. And he went on this long rant about how they're just like upcharging for cards and everything. And but he eventually got over it.
Completely out of nowhere, while we were just sitting, chilling at one of the tables, Trevor from the Hattiesburg show the night before just like walked around the corner, and we got a game in, dude. That was pretty cool.
Me and Christian go to Ollie's, and it was a nice little Ollie's experience, dude. You can never go into Ollie's without not buying anything, dude. I walk out with a nice knockoff Carhartt jacket for like 20 bucks, still wearing it to work every day. And then, yeah, I think after that, we were like, all right, let's go to Birmingham.
We met back up at a card shop in Hattiesburg. Daniel was playing Magic. Richmond was looking at Warhammer.
Yeah, after that, the drive to Birmingham, I don't think anything really happened. I don't really remember, but I think I was just on my phone the whole time.
The drive to Birmingham was like kind of miserable. I wouldn't know that I was asleep the whole time.
About a 3-hour drive, not too bad at all.
But yeah, we got to Birmingham. I remember it being like so cold in Birmingham. Like, I remember like freezing so bad.
So we get to Birmingham and it is absolutely freezing. Like it's just gotten progressively colder throughout the weekend. But I'm still excited because there's a lot of folks we got to see that we don't generally get to see that often, who are like the homies.
We got some Mexican food. I didn't get anything. I was like, I'm not getting Mexican food before playing at the firehouse, dude. I feel like that's just a bad combination.
But yeah, we ate tacos right before the show with Asa. Very good.
Ate at a really good Mexican restaurant there before the show. And then, you know, it's always good to play with the fall crawler guys. I love Blake. He's my homie.
We have some friends in Birmingham. We have Blake from Gutshot and Fall Crawler. We have Asa, one of our Starkville friends that is now in Birmingham. You know, we have the people in Refuse to Thrive that we have some familiarity with. Kobe, he is another Starkville homie that is now in Birmingham. Well, he's in Tuscaloosa now, but he drove over to Birmingham.
I met a lot of cool people at the firehouse. Saw a lot of cool people I've already met.
We got to see a lot of people that we haven't seen in a while.
And Birmingham is funny in particular because Max had told me this, but there was like this really roundabout way of how he knew Crystal from Refuse to Thrive, who we were playing with that night.
I grew up in a small town called Livingston, Alabama. My mother was the counselor for a sorority there called AST. It was Alpha Sigma Tau at the University of West Alabama. And Crystal was within that sorority, and it was West Alabama is a very, very small school. So like, whenever you think of like college sororities in the South, it's not at all what you're thinking, where it's like big house and they all look the same and they all, you know, it's all about assimilation and everything, you know. These small college towns, like with sororities, they actually have a wide array of different kinds of people that are, you know, just there to make friends and there to get some connections and stuff. So Crystal was within that, and I was a child when Crystal was there. So there was one day where Crystal, I believe, texted my mom or on Instagram. She was like, my mom had posted something about my birthday and that I was in Sludge Along, and Crystal was like, wait, Matt's just in Sludge Along? And just like this whole thing of, you know, it's such a small world, and that she's now in a really successful band in Birmingham, and I've been able to be a quote unquote musician and being able to play around and stuff, and we have mutual friends, and we were able to play with some really cool bands, like with Val. Val came to Starkville and we played with them, and then the very next day they went to Birmingham and Refuse to Thrive played with them. So we were able to like play with the same bands. It's a very small world, very cool. So it was really, really cool to actually get to play a show with them, and it was really cool. So it was just adding on to that, kind of a reunion of sorts at that Birmingham show.
Yeah, so while we're in Birmingham, we go to like this Mexican restaurant, and it's fine, like it's okay. But Christian and Andy like went to go get something to eat like next door, and apparently had like some weird experience.
It was like this lady, she was working, and it was like she was working the cash register at that place, and it was like her son's birthday, and her son was there with her, like it's like this bar, and her son was there with her, and he had like this like big ass cupcake, and then the cop like tried to take it from him, like to play with him and stuff, but like she just like left her son with the cops, and then she like went back to the counter, and she like made herself a hookah and started smoking a hookah in the middle of the bar with her son hanging out with the cops. So that was kind of funny.
But then we actually get to play the Firehouse, which has always been like another like cool venue I've admired from afar.
In my opinion, that is the Birmingham venue. Really cool place. I liked it a lot. The vibe there was immaculate. Like sticker bombed to hell with all of the hundreds, if not thousands, of bands that have played there.
Played the Firehouse, and that was a really cool venue. It was cool because we actually played with other powerviolence bands. That set.
Yeah, that was a pretty good show. I remember a lot of people moving for that too. That was like the first time like during the whole weekend I was just like kind of like fuck it, and I was just like watching everybody. So I was like, yeah, nice to see everybody moving to our shit.
I think Birmingham probably was the best one, show-wise, just for like how we played. I think together, I mean, it's possible just because it was like 3 days in a row playing the same set. But I feel like the set was really tight, and people in Birmingham mosh to stuff they probably shouldn't mosh to. It's just like, I think, in their blood. So, I mean, they were moshing to like, I don't know, doom violence stuff. So,
I mean, it was just a great way to end it off. It was really cool.
we're all loading up, and somehow we lost Andrews again. So we all like message him and call him. It's like, hey, we're like loading up. Where are you? Turns out he like went to go get Dave's hot chicken.
And I remember I went to go get Dave's hot chicken and almost got my stuff locked in the firehouse, which was a little scary. Dave's hot chicken was mid, and there was a stoplight. There was a stoplight there that lasted like 10 minutes on red. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna turn right and then U-turn to go through the other stoplight that's been green for 10 minutes straight. And then I did that, and then that was red, so I just ran it.
But he gets there, he gets all his stuff. After a few like late final goodbyes to everybody, we all head up.
Then we kind of just went back home, and I slept so fucking good, bro. I was so tired.
And then I remember just going straight to sleep because I had work at 7 a.m. that next day. I got home at like close to 3. But yeah, I ended up calling in anyways.
We had a lot of fun, and yeah, I made it home with like no problems. I think we got home pretty late, but you know, it's how it goes. And yeah, it was a really fun time.
I was happy. It was like it could not have went better. I don't think it went pretty smooth.
Very fortunate that we were able to do it. Yeah, I'm very lucky to be a part of something like this. You know, getting to go on a weekender or a tour, especially being a band from a small town. It's very humbling and it's very rewarding to know that anybody can do it if you put your heart into it and that you care about it. So to anybody that wants to do it, just do it. Nothing's stopping you.
Overall, the weekend was a lot of fun. There were some hectic moments that happened, as things do, but it was nothing we couldn't weather.
I think this one was pretty uneventful, like in the best ways. That nothing like major happened. Max didn't hit another owl. The truck didn't flip over. We didn't have to get stuck behind a building like we did in Atlanta. I think overall it was a pretty good run. Pretty smooth. It was a lot of fun. Played really well, and I mean skin graft is goated, so it's always just fun to see skin graft.
Overall, it was pretty easy. It felt stressful because we were kind of scrambled for a lot of stuff, but it ended up being a good trip.
That's about it. I loved everybody that I met. It was so awesome. I had so much fun. Yeah, that's pretty much it.